Right, it's getting dark, so lights on. Okay, great application question this. Now, you've seen these before. This was in the work and the rate. I can't remember what section this was in. It was probably in the rational section. Okay, that chapter 6 material. Right. Now, so here we go. Now, Shelley can cut a lawn with a riding mower in 2 hours less time. Now, remember this. Remember these questions. Okay, if Shelley can do it in 2 hours, all right, and William can do it in, say, 5 hours, how long will it take them to work together? Remember doing this? We did 1 over 2, okay, plus 1 over 5 equals 1 over t. Okay, so if you do remember those, go back to those. So remember, so if we know that Shelley can do it in 2 hours and William can do it in 5 hours, how long will it take them working together? That's what you did in the previous chapter, 2 chapters ago. And that's it. So I always think of this 1 over. Remember that 1 over stuff? So we're not doing that. Let's read the question. Let's just erase that. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what right now is, look, I know that working together, they can do it in 7 hours. They can cut the lawn in 7 hours. So remember that. Remember 1 over, that's the 1 over 7. Remember before, I didn't know, so I had 1 over t. Because I was trying to find out how long it took them working together. Now I know how long it takes them to work together, okay? So together they can do, you know, in 1 hour they can do 1/7 of the job. Remember that? Just go back and look at some of the videos. Other than that, it's just kind of trying to remember the layout. Now, Shelley. Okay, William, she can do it in 2 hours less. So supposing I say this. If William can do it in, right, t hours, I'll put a t there. Shelley can do it in 2 hours less, so Shelley is going to do it in t minus 2. Okay? So whereas before we knew how long it took them, so we did 1 over that, remember? Well, now I'm just putting 1 over these. So Shelley, here's Shelley, 1 over. I don't know exactly how long, but I know it's t minus 2, 2 hours less than William. Plus, okay, working together. William can do it in t hours, so again, I'll do it like that. So it's very similar to how we did the ones way back in chapter 6 for rationals, except we knew how long Shelley did it and how long William did it, alright? Okay, we were just looking to find out how long they did it together. Well, now that's the only piece of information we know, how long they kind of worked on this together. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to have to multiply everything by the lowest common denominator, which, believe it or not, is t minus 2, t, and 7. Ugh. Right, so everything's got to be multiplied by those 3 things. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Right, so I've got to multiply this by a t minus 2, a t, and a 7. Okay, I've got to multiply this by a t minus 2, a t, and a 7. I've got to multiply this by a t minus 2, a t, and a 7. Alright, so basically I've got to multiply by everything to get rid of those denominators, all 3 things. But this is where you can cancel, so here we go, look over here. The t minus 2 cancel. I'm left with t times 7 times 1. I think that's just 7t. Okay, plus. What cancels here? Just the t. So I'm left with 7 times 1, well that's just 7. 7, I won't do the distributive law yet. I've got a 7 distributive law with a t minus 2. So I'm going to have to do the distributive law sometime. And equals, is that right? So that's gone, so just a 7 next to a t minus 2. Here, just the 7s go. So I've got a t and a t minus 2. So again, this is going to end up being a quadratic, because I can see a t squared happening here, so I may as well just do it. This side is t squared minus 2t. Okay? This side is 7t minus 14. I've still got a 7t here. Okay? So what I'm going to have here is these two. Right, that is 14t minus 14 equals t squared minus 2t. It's all going horrible, okay? Let's just move it down a bit. Okay, so the t squared is on the right, so that's where I'm going to leave it, alright? I've still got that. I've still got that. So to put it equal to 0, I'm going to have to take away a 14t and add a 14, okay? So I'm going to have to take away a 14t and add a 14. So what I've got left now is t squared minus 16t plus 14. Okay? Now, I'm going to have to put it into the quadratic equation formula. Really? That's what t is going to come out to be, quadratic equation. Okay, so here we go. Negative b, that's 16 plus or minus the square root of 16 squared, which I believe is 256. 4 times 1 times 14, okay, minus 4 times 14 is 56. Oh, this is not bad actually. I thought it was going to be horrible. All over 2. Now, that there, okay, that's 16 plus or minus, that's 6 better, square root of, that's 200. That's not going to be too bad to do. All over 2. Keep on going. 16 plus or minus. I'll keep the 2 on the bottom. Now, remember what the 200 is? It's 100 times 2. Alright, 100 times 2. I can square root the 100 to a 10, so you're doing material from chapter 7 now. I've still got the root 2. So remember, I can square root the 100, it's now 10 outside. Now I can divide both of these things by 2, the answer is 8. Ugh. Plus or minus 5 root 2. Is that it? Half of 16, half of 10. Now, whether I need to go back and check to see if some of these work, okay, it's time, okay, so I'm not going to be able to, 8 plus 5, 8 minus 5 root 2, time is always positive, so this is not nice at all. T is going to be 8 plus 5 root 2. Whose t? Is that William? Right. Now, if you want to put that in your calculator, then go ahead. That's the answer. All right. Whatever that is in the calculator. Okay.